Greetings to you, viewers. I am Funshaw Oloja, welcoming you to the first episode of the program, Finding Truth. Today on the show, we will be discussing a very sensitive topic, which is still under investigation. Recently on social media, there was a case about a lawyer trying to extort a sum of 250 million naira from a businessman in Ogun State. The case was reported and it went viral, showed on different platforms, different social media platforms, print medias and others. So today we have with us those that is concerned. But first, let me establish a story. Mr. Chief Olufowobi, a businessman in Ogun State, was reported or petitioned against Barrister Kayode Oshiyemi that he attempted on several occasions to extort him of the sum of 250 million naira, as earlier said. Although, like we said, the case is still under investigation, and the matter was paraded by the State Police Command, Abimbola Olayemi, before the reporters. So today, we have those that, like I said earlier, are involved or concerned. And we have with me our guest. To my left is Barrister Kayode Oshiyemi. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much.
And to my right is Barrister Adebayo Adekoya. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much.
Very quickly, sir, kindly tell us about yourself.
My name is Kayode Omolaja Oshiyemi. I'm a legal practitioner. I had my university education in Olabisi Onabanjo University, Agoiwoye, Ogun State, between 2001 and 2006. And I was called to the Nigerian bar in 2007, precisely November 2007, after having my law education in the Enugu campus of the Nigerian Law School. After which I started my practice. I worked with Kemi Oshisonya & Co. After which I also worked with Adebola Adekoya & Co., where which I am today as the head of chambers.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Barrister Adebayo, tell us about yourself, please.
I am Mr. Adebayo Adekoya. I'm a legal practitioner at Adekoya & Co., the youngest to be precise. And I was opportune to work with my head of chambers, Kayode Oshiyemi. I also did my law school too at Enugu campus, Nigerian Law School, Abroad. And I was called to the Nigerian bar in 2016. And since I've been with Adekoya & Co. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Now, this report that was all around on social media and everywhere, you've heard about it, I suppose?
Yes, very well, sir.
And what can you tell us about it? What is your own position?
Yeah. First and foremost, I want to state clearly and explicitly and without missing word and without fear of contradiction from any quarters that all that is on social media is nothing but false news. It was purely a setup. It was purely an attempt to shut me up and prevent me from doing my job. Chief Olufowobi is a prominent businessman, a very wealthy businessman with expanse of fish pond in Imagbo community. And across this Imagbo community runs through a river. And this river belongs to the community. And they've been fishing in the river from time immemorial. But Chief Olufowobi claimed that he owned the river. And I made it clear to him on several occasions that the river belongs to the federal government. The laws are clear. Go and check the Water Resource Act of 2014, National Land Water Waste Act 2014. It's clear that if anybody builds around the river, you are to observe the statutory setback of 15 meters, you understand, from the river, and you cannot block the river. So it belongs to the community and not you. But having said all this, he has not been happy with me. For example, anybody that goes near the river, he takes them to prison. He alleges them of stealing in their own community river. And we have told him severally, you cannot lay claim to a river. It does not belong, it belongs to the federal government. For example, in respect of this case, the office has several cases wherein which we have been briefed. Example, I have a case of Commissioner of Police versus Adeleke Oluwashaki, which is MOD 32/2017. This man was accused of stealing in the river. Eventually, we got judgments against the police. He was set free by the courts. After that, I also have another judgment here. This is charge number MIJ 262/2016. This is between the Commissioner of Police and Adebowale Ogunlaja and Mukaila Abolaji. Adebowale Ogunlaja is the first accused person, now referred to as the first defendant in this suit, in the case when which we are falsely alleged of trying to kidnap Chief Olufowobi, while the other person, Mukaila, is the same person who came to testify that we actually plan to kidnap Chief Olufowobi. Furthermore, we also have several cases. We have MIJ 82/2017. This is another case of those that were unlawfully charged with stealing by Chief Olufowobi. Also, we also have a suit here. This is HCJ 152/2017. Is an enforcement of fundamental rights rule in the High Court of Justice in Ogun State. Precisely, it is in Court 2, HCJ 152/2017. It is between Adebayo Adekoya, the counsel that is seated here, and the Commissioner of Police of Ogun State, 1, ACP Funsho Ajao, and 7 other unknown policemen. He was assaulted, but I wouldn't want to go into the facts of the case. Also, we also have another case which involved the person that was alleged to be the first accused in the case wherein which we were framed, which is Adebowale Ogunlaja and Alhaji Shakiru Tunde Olufowobi and Mr. Abolaji Mukaila and 15 unknown soldiers. This first accused person was assaulted by Chief Olufowobi with soldiers. Precisely ACJ 76/2017. That was in 2016. It was after the first case that we went to court to enforce, to sue him in a civil case for the case of assault, battery, and forced imprisonment. As I speak to you, he has not filed anything in response to this suit. And it is this case upon which the issue of abduction or payment under false pretense was raised. But I will definitely in due course speak on it. Another case against Chief Olufowobi is, we have another case of fundamental right, which is Adebowale Ogunlaja, the first accused person, against ACP Funsho Ajao, the Commissioner of Police, Inspector Rotimi, Supo Nuruddin, Inspector Gbenga, and Inspector Wasiu. All these are policemen. In addition to that, also, we also have another case, which is we also have some letters that were written by our esteemed office. These people were unlawfully detained. Mr. Adebowale Ogunlaja and Mr. Sunday Mafe, they spent Christmas and New Year in police detention. They were detained severally, and after writing several letters to the police authorities, they were left off the hook. And I can tell you authoritatively that we got a judgment against the police and against Chief Olufowobi in the High Court of Justice, delivered by Honorable Justice Sonia Ogubi, ordering the arrest of the then area commander of Ijebu-Ode and Chief Olufowobi for providing false information to the police in respect of Ogunlaja and Sunday Mafe. And the sum of 2 million was awarded against Chief Olufowobi in respect of that suit. The sum of 2 million was awarded against him, and the court ordered his arrest, that he should be prosecuted. It was through an order of mandamus. The suit was undefended. They didn't show up in court, knowing fully well that they have erred on the side of the law. Also, we also have another suit, which is HCJ 153 2017. This is between Sadiq Olufowobi against the Commissioner of Police, Inspector Alpha, and 3 unknown policemen. These men were being led by Chief Olufowobi, and they shot Mr. Sadiq, and he was not taken to any station. He did not write any statement, and that Mr. Sadiq Olufowobi is currently the second accused person in the case wherein which we were told and wanted to abduct or swindle him 250 million. He's the second defendant in that case as we speak, when we were arraigned at the court. Also, we also have a letter which I wrote to the area commander, intimating him of all these developments. This is the judgment delivered by Honorable Justice Sonia Ogubi in the High Court of Justice, Ogun State, wherein which the court stated it in it explicitly that Chief Olufowobi should be arrested and prosecuted for what he has done, the injustices meted out to these people, to these innocent persons, and we stood up against injustice. And it was because we stood against injustice that we are being robbed and being framed up and alleged of crime that we knew nothing about.
Thank you for that explanation, sir. Barrister Adekoya, could you share your own experience of what happened?
This has been on far back 2016 between our chambers and Chief Olufowobi. It has been on to the extent that he has even accused us and sometimes addressed us as counsel that stand in for criminals. Sometimes he even call us criminals. Not because we have decided to depart of the truth and fight against oppression. It has been meting out on the host community, the community who is hosting him and his business. Far back 2016. It was in respect of we fighting for the truth that I was assaulted in 2017. I was beaten up by men of the police. I reported to Zone 2, went to social media, Punch House to make it known to the world. Yet, nothing has come out of it. But it is now coming to some senior members of the bar.
Okay.
With the assistance of the police and the officers.
Okay. Very quickly, sir, when you heard the report, what steps did you take? Did you report to the authority? What exactly did you, when you heard about this information against you?
Yeah, I got to know about the charge when I got to court of law. When I saw the charge, I was shocked. I was alleged of armed robbery, kidnapping, obtaining under false pretense. I was alleged of obtaining the sum of 250 million and attempting to kidnap Chief Olufowobi. I make bold to say here without missing word that I've only met Chief Olufowobi on 3 occasions. The first time was when I cross-examined him in court, in the magistrate court in Odogbolu, in respect of a case. The second time was when I also met him in the court in respect of a case against him. And the third time was at the police station at Elewiran, when in which some elders within their community were arrested and were told, when they were fighting over the issue of ownership, there is an ownership tussle issue going on within that community. And I don't want to be part of it. All I wanted was just for peace to reign within the community. But I was shocked. I was totally shocked. Should I be robbed for doing my job? I did not involve in any form of complicity with anybody to kidnap anybody. I don't have time. I'm a busy lawyer. And I know what I stand for. to fight for justice and what is right within the system for the benefit of mankind and to the glory of God.
It was said that, according to that which was reported, that you had accomplices, and they mentioned their names to be Adebowale Ogunlaja.
Yes.
Then Sodiq Owolabi. Also Abolaji Alaba. Okay, I beg your pardon.
Yeah.
Mukaila Abolaji. And Abiodun Adebayo.
Okay.
Who was even reported to have accused you of using him in a performance, in a miracle performance.
Yeah.
Can you help us understand what happened?
The first person that was mentioned is Adebowale Ogunlaja. Adebowale Ogunlaja is the man who instituted the suits against suit ACJ 76 2017 against Alhaji Chief Olufowobi and Mukaila Abolaji, who happens to be a witness of Alhaji Chief Olufowobi. Now, the second person is Sodiq Owolabi, who instituted suit number HCJ 153 2017 against Chief Shakir Olufowobi and the Nigerian Police Force. The third person is the half brother to Mukaila Abolaji, who was the second defendant in suit filed by Ogunlaja, while I, my humble self, is the fourth accused person or the defendant. As far as I am concerned, all these men were roped because they had the audacity to institute action against Chief Olufowobi and the Nigerian Police Force. And the reason why the Nigerian Police Force is being brought is because the police has refused to do its job and the Nigerian Police Force has been compromised. I'm able to say that. They have been compromised. Because if they had not been compromised, based on the gamut of evidence we adduced in court in respect of the suits, wherein which the court ordered that the area commander, ACB Funjaja, should be arrested and prosecuted. Eventually, he was transferred to Kano. And in respect of the other person, Abiodun, I make it bold. I have never met Abiodun before. I don't know him. I don't know any pastor. I don't know the church he's talking about. But all I know, on the day of my arrest at the Federal SARS, the PPRO, the PPRO of the Nigerian Police Force in Ogun State, Oluyemi or whatever is his name, the OC SARS of the Federal OC SARS of Imagbon, that is the Federal Special Anti-Robbery Squad Imagbon.